In this video, you are going to learn how to write and solve two-step inequalities. Before we can go into our example, you need to know what we mean by the term inequality. An inequality is a relationship between two expressions or values that are not equal to each other. In the table to the right, these are the different inequality symbols that can be used when two expressions are not equal to each other. First, we have our not equal to symbol. This means that two values or two expressions are not the same. We have our less than symbol, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and greater than. Using this example on the screen, how do we write and solve an inequality given a worded problem? So the problem states, Amish has $25.97 in his pocket to spend at the craft store. He wants to buy a paint canvas and some paint pens. How many pens P can Amish buy? So this is a big question right here. This is what we want to find out. How many pens he can buy with the amount of money that he has in his pocket. So if you look here, the canvas costs $14 and the paint pens cost $3.50 each. In writing this inequality, we need to know what symbol, which one of these symbols we are going to put in our inequality statement. In doing this, you have to pay attention to the terms or the problem, what it is asking, what information is given. So it says, let's go again, Amish has $25.97 in his pocket. So to know the symbol we are going to use, we know that whatever symbol we use, it cannot be greater than the $25.97 that he has in his pocket. Because whatever he purchased, it must be equal to that amount or less than that amount. Because if it is more than the amount of money he has, he will not be able to purchase it. So the symbol that we are going to use is less than or equal to, right? So this is saying whatever he purchased, the cost must be either equal to $25.97 or less than that amount. So he bought one canvas that cost $14 plus he bought some pens, paint pens P. So P represents the number of paint pens he bought, and those cost $3.15 each. But whatever number of paint pens he bought, we are going to multiply by the cost per paint pen, which is $3.15 each, plus the canvas he bought. That should give us the amount, the total money he has in his pocket or less. So this is our inequality. So again, you have to read the problem, try to understand what the problem is saying, look at what you are given, and based on what you are given now, you are going to see how best you can create an inequality to represent the situation. So now that we have our inequality, we are going to go ahead and solve it. So solving an inequality is the same as solving a two-step equation. There's only one difference is when you are multiplying or dividing by a negative coefficient. And we are going to discuss that in the next video. All right, so here we have 14 plus 3.15p less than or equals to $25.97. So in solving this, the first thing we do is to get rid of the constant. Because remember, the goal is to solve for p. We need the variable by itself, so we need to get rid of the 14, and we also need to get rid of the 3.15. So we always start with the constant first. So we do the opposite using inverse operation. opposite of what is happening to the 14. So the 14 is positive, so we use negative to get rid of it. Whatever you do to the left-hand side of the inequality symbol, you do the same thing with the right. Just like in the equation, whatever you do to the left-hand side of the equal sign, you do the same thing to the right. So this is gone because 14 minus 14 is 0. So here we have 3.15 p on our left. Let's then write back our symbol. If you subtract these two, you are going to get 11.97. Now, here we want to find the value of p again. We still need to find the value of p. So we need to get rid of the 3.15 by dividing by 3.15 because the goal is to get p by itself. It says in the statement how many pins p. So it's p is what we want, not 3.15 p. But remember again, if you divide the left-hand side by 3.15, we do the same thing to the right. So this numerator cancels what is here in the denominator. We are left back with p. Write back our symbol. When we divide our numerator here on the right by our denominator, we get 3.8. This is our solution. This is saying p is less than or equal to 3.8. But remember now, we're talking about pence. We're talking about pence. We cannot have decimal amount of pence. It must be a whole number. So p can be, this is saying now, p can be any value that is less than or equal to 3.8. But as we said, p cannot be a decimal because we are talking about the number of pence, and pence cannot be a fraction. So it's either going to be 3, 2, or 1. Are the whole numbers less than 3.8? So this is our solution. In my next video, I am going to teach you how to solve the inequality and represent the solution on a graph.